Late-night radio always fascinated me. There's something hypnotic about the voices that cut through the static when the rest of the world is asleep. I worked as a part-time DJ for a small-town station, the kind most people didn't even realize was still running. Midnight to 4 a.m., that was my shift. I mostly played old rock, took the occasional call from lonely truckers, and tried not to fall asleep between songs. But one night, around 2:37 a.m., something broke through the static that wasn't on any of my playlists. It started as a faint hum, like a signal bleeding through from another frequency. At first I assumed it was interference. Then the hum turned into words. A woman's voice, soft, strained, almost like she was whispering directly into my ear. "Please, help me." Room 6, I froze, staring at the mixer. This wasn't part of any scheduled program. No callers were patched through. Yet her voice bled into the feed, and because my mic was live, it went out over the air. The phone lit up instantly. Listeners were calling, asking what the hell that was. One man swore he recognized the voice, that it sounded like his sister who had gone missing a month ago. I brushed it off, told everyone it was just a weird technical glitch. But deep down, I knew it wasn't. The next night, I showed up for my shift determined to catch it. And right on cue, at 2:37 a.m., the signal cut in again. "It hurts. Room 6. Can't breathe." I recorded it this time, played it back over and over until the words blurred together. There was pain in her voice, but something else too. Something wrong. On the third playback, in the background, I heard a sound that made my stomach twist. Heavy, wet breathing, right against the mic. I asked the station manager if we had an old pre-recorded show that could be interfering. Maybe some leftover reel from decades ago. He just shook his head. Our equipment wasn't even capable of looping something like that. "If you're pulling a prank," he said, "cut it out." But I wasn't. But the third night, people in town had started tuning in just to hear the mysterious broadcast. At 2:37, my studio line rang. Expecting another curious listener, I picked up. Silence. Then in the faintest crackle of static, I heard her voice. The same voice. "You're close. Please don't let him find me." Chills spread across my body. "Who? Who's after you?" I whispered, forgetting that my mic was still live. The whole town heard me talking to her. The line went dead. Then the lights in the studio flickered, and the broadcast cut out completely. Dead air. When it came back, the voice wasn't hers anymore. It was deeper, distorted, scraping against the speakers. "Room 6, don't look for her. She's ours now." The feed ended in a screech that nearly blew out the station's equipment. After that night, I started noticing things outside the studio. My apartment building had 6 floors, and every time I climbed the stairs, I would hear faint static on the 6th landing. At the diner across town, someone had carved room 6 into the table where I sat. Even my phone glitched at 2:37 a.m. Screen filling with white noise for exactly 6 seconds before going black. Listeners kept calling. One swore they could see a pale figure staring from the window of the abandoned hospital at the edge of town. The same hospital that had been shut down years ago after a fire destroyed part of the 6th floor. Another claimed he dreamed of the woman every night, her voice echoing, always begging the same thing. "Please help me." Room 6, I stopped sleeping. Every shadow looked like her. Every whisper of static made my chest tighten. By the end of the week, I drove to the hospital. Its windows were dark, boards nailed across the doors, warning signs posted everywhere. But when I stepped closer, my radio, still tuned to the dead channel, screeched to life. The woman's voice bled through the static, louder than ever. "You're here. Please don't leave me." And then, layered beneath her desperate plea, came that other voice, the one I'd heard that night in the studio. Low, broken, almost amused. "You wanted the truth. Come inside." The broadcast cut out. I never went in. I couldn't. I drove away shaking, but when I glanced in the rearview mirror, the hospital lights were on. Every window on the 6th floor glowed with pale white light. I quit the station after that, packed up, moved 2 towns over. But no matter where I go, the signal finds me. Sometimes on the car radio, sometimes in the static of my TV, sometimes in the faint buzz of my phone. Always at 2:37, always the same message. "Please help me. Room 6. And lately, I've started to notice something terrifying. The voice is changing. It's becoming clearer, closer, less like a broadcast, more like someone whispering right beside me. And last night, when I looked in the mirror, my breath fogged the glass, and in the condensation, 2 words appeared that I hadn't written.